Growing up, I had this idea about how my high school experience was going to go. I knew it'd be just like the movies. So, I'd be a varsity cheerleading captain, I'd make straight A's in all my advanced classes, I'd have tons of friends, and each night I'd manage to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Then, I decided to come to Flint Hill. And well, Flint Hill doesn't have cheerleading. Spoiler alert, high school is not like the movies, and I don't get enough sleep. That being said, as corny as it may sound, during those moments of reflection, I realized that the only thing constant in life is change. People change, statuses change, Northern Virginia weather changes. Change is all around us. So while I did complain, because of course that released frustration, what did that do about my situation? What did it change? Nothing. Then I started thinking about it more. What if people put the same amount of energy that they do into complaining into creating productive change? What if people complained, then changed? What if people complained to change? Hi everyone, my name is Gabrielle Turner, and in my world imagine, I imagine complain to change. So, why do people complain anyway? I did some research. I thought about my day-to-day interactions. I came to a few conclusions. People complain to avoid responsibility, which can lead to procrastination, which can lead to people not achieving their goals. It's kind of that snowball effect people talk about. People change because it's easier to acknowledge a problematic situation than it is to take the necessary steps to change it. I think that's kind of funny. People are acknowledging that the situation they're in is bad, but they don't want to take the steps to change it. I see this every day with my classmates. They'll complain, they'll say, "Ugh, my grade in this class is so bad. It's so hard." I'll ask them, "Well, are you gonna go to extra help?" And they'll look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, why would I go to extra help? Okay. Personally, I don't care if a class is hard, if I don't like a teacher. I still need to get into college. I will be in extra help. Or on the news. Every time there's an election, a problematic situation in America, something happens, there's a news story. And they bring in the anchor, an analyst, an activist, a specialist, and they argue. They go back and forth and bicker and debate and they complain about the matter at hand, but what do they do to solve the problem? Nothing. They complain about issues like race, gender, corruption in politics. The list is endless. Oh, this is my favorite line. Ugh, that was just an isolated incident. You don't need to worry about it. That was a one-time thing. That's not reoccurring. Okay, but if there are enough isolated incidences that are never stopped, can't that make it widespread? I mean, sure, Florida, okay, that was isolated. Was California isolated? Or New York, Missouri, Ohio, Wisconsin? One of my favorite Martin Luther King quotes is, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." And people do a really good job complaining about injustices. So my question is, what are we doing to see that change so these injustices stop? How are we educating ourselves so we can educate others? I attended SDLC, which is a Student Leadership Diversity Conference in Indianapolis, in Indiana. There, I, along with 1,600 others, went there to educate ourselves about such issues that face America. We went there to educate ourselves about diversity and other pressing issues in the forefront of America. And there, 1,600 of us committed to change. And if 1,600 of us talk to 10 people, and those 10 people talk to 10 more, then we can start a chain reaction. And the actions of a few will and can lead to the greater impact for many. There, the timing of the conference was pretty incredible, considering the tragic events such as Eric Gardner, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice that had happened several months later. There, we committed to change our environments through educating so we could educate others. We committed to change. Two important things I did take away from that experience were, change takes time. Change might not come tomorrow, a week, I mean, it even takes 30 days to break a bad habit or start a new one. Change might not even come next year. But that does not mean you stop trying. Small steps internally can and will lead to a greater impact externally. Small steps inside yourself can build up the confidence for you to adjust something great. So maybe change doesn't mean you go out to a protest tonight. I mean, of course, what would you want to do? But it could simply mean changing up a routine that you haven't liked for years, building up your confidence to address something even greater. Michael Jackson said it best in his song, Man in the Mirror. I'm not gonna sing it, I'm just gonna say it. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. So, change can and will start with me, and change can and will start with you. Thank you.